Flosstube. I'm Michelle from Michelle's Romantic Tangle. It is 2 weeks before Christmas, 2018. I have not got a single decoration up in my house. I have bought one present. I'm not prepared. I'm not good at celebrating Christmas. It stresses me out, makes me crazy. So I have been distracting myself. I stitched this one. Krampus is coming. It's an eBay pattern available from Pyro Dog Pins. Sorry, not eBay, Etsy. I'll put a link down in the description. This little guy has got so many colors for the size of the project and so many little half stitches, but they're so totally worth it to get the curves of those horns. And I like him. I have 3 teenage boys. This is the kind of Christmas decorations that go over well at my house. Donna Ray over at Flannel Jenny's Farm talked about Krampus in one of her recent Flossmas videos, so I'm going to link to that. So if you, like me, don't know who or what Krampus is, you can get some more backstory on him. We don't do Elf on the Shelf at our house. My 2 youngest children were exactly the target age when that book came out, and somehow I missed that, and I am so glad because that is totally the sort of thing I would have got sucked into. So I feel like I dodged a bullet, especially when I see the other mommies talking online about coordinating their rules so that all the elves follow the same dates and the same rules, and just, no, I'm not going to do that. My house, we got this guy. He was my grandmother's. She bought him new in the 50s or whatever year these charming things were new. And throughout the formative years of my childhood, this Santa scared the heck out of me. Just, I mean, look at that face. That does not look like the face of the jolly old elf. She had this wonderful mid-century modern ranch-style house that when you hear people talk about houses with formal living rooms and dining rooms that go unused, this was the house with the formal living room and dining room that were separate from everything else, and nobody went in there most of the time. The Christmas tree would be in there, so as little kids, we would go sit by the Christmas tree in the room that nobody else was in, and she had these gorgeous felt sequined, you know those Busilla ornament kits that look so hard? She had done a bunch of those. I don't know whatever became of them because they disappeared long before she passed away. And Santa sat in there on the fireplace, so I would go in there and sit by the tree and be afraid of Santa. And of course, the thing you do with the toy that scared you when you were a little kid is you bring it home and put it in the room with your own little kids. Alex and Heath and Quinn and Leif aren't afraid of this guy. They love him, and they have christened him Evil Santa. I think that was about the time that Invader Zim was on with the song about bowing down to Santa and his Jolly Boots of Doom, and the Sci-Fi Channel had their evil Santa that showed up for Christmas in July in the horror movie commercial. So he's Evil Santa, and if I wasn't so afraid that his seams are going to burst, I'd tuck him into bed with them in the middle of the night. That would be fun. So that's the extent of my Christmasing for this year. I've been doing some stitching. I've got my Hedgehog stitch along. I've been working on the eye, and I still love this. This is fun to stitch on. I don't realistically think I'll get it done in 2018, but I'm getting it done so much faster than I thought I would that I don't even worry about that. And I pulled out Little Girl with Cosmos. I'm working on all of those white on white dress folds, and I've got so many mistakes hidden in the folds of this dress. But again, I think I might be able to get her done in 2018. I don't know if I want to push hard enough to try it or not. When I have time right now to sit down and stitch, I stitch on what I feel like stitching, and I don't worry about what I should be stitching. In October, I lost my stitchy knittiness, and I made up for it a bit in November, and it's back. I'm having fun. This is the new shawl, and I hope that the lace shows up on the camera. It is, I believe, the Sand Dollar shawl is the name of this one. It's from Knitting Triangular Shawls by Evelyn Clark. I should have brought the book over to make sure I'd get that all right. I'll put it in the description below. I bought this book years ago. Probably, almost definitely before my youngest was born. So that puts it before we moved into this house. And I have been wanting to knit this. It's been on my someday list, and I don't know why I haven't started it. There was some yarn I wanted to use that I misplaced, and I found one skein of it, so I know where the rest of it is, but then it was late at night, and I wanted to start something new, and I had this yarn in my stash, and I went, this is cotton, this is almost the same color, I think I've got more yards of it, I'll do that one. And I did this kind of lace is not forgiving. To get the pattern, every stitch has got to be in the spot that the chart wants it to be in. I know I have one spot where my knitting got a bit astray, but I could tell that because I didn't have the right number of stitches on the needles to finish the row, so I knit two together to make it work. And I can't find the mistake, and everything's been lining up since then, so I think it's okay. Nobody's going to track me down and look at the spine going down the center of my back and find my stitching that's not in the right spot. With all of my not being Christmassy, we did go to Bush House and Deepwood, the house my husband and I got married in, for their free Christmas open house. The boys had been there with me a couple of years ago. Our daughter hadn't gone. And that was fun to tromp around through. I think those houses might be pushing 150 years old, and there's 100-and-something-year-old greenhouse full of cactuses that is just gorgeous. It makes my heart go pity-pat and makes me wish that I could grow things without killing them. And honestly, that's it. This is going to be a short video, but I wanted to update you on Krampus and my buddy Evil Santa here before it was too late to do that for the year. And I now have a teenage boy making faces at me trying to get me to laugh on the camera.
No, I'm patiently waiting for you to be done so I can talk about these weird rat things called bilbies that look like a possum and a bunny had a baby, and they're adorable, and I want one.
Okay. Also, we've been watching and tracking the PewDiePie versus T-Series thing, so if you're not aware of it, PewDiePie is an independent creator. Now he's laughing at me. He's an independent creator on YouTube who has the most subscribers on YouTube ever. Do not start that song playing in the background of my video, or this will have to edit out.
I'm looking at pictures of bilbies.
And he is about to be overtaken by a channel owned by a corporation. So it's been really interesting watching the competition between them and hoping that the little guy, who is not by any stretch of the imagination, a little guy with 75 million subscribers, stays in the lead. If I was all excited about my homeschooling, we'd be like charting graphs and making math problems out of this. So thanks for watching. I don't know if I'll be back with another post before Christmas or not. As always, I appreciate all the comments, and I'll be back to visit with you soon. Thank you.